Welcome to this episode of the CompTIA Tech Plus Prepcast by baremetalcyber.com. Let's begin. Wireless network protection focuses on securing Wi-Fi infrastructure to prevent unauthorized access, data interception, and service disruption. A poorly secured wireless network can allow attackers to bypass perimeter defenses and directly access internal systems. The CompTIA Tech Plus exam covers multiple aspects of wireless security, including Service Set Identifier, or SSID, management, encryption standards, authentication methods, password controls, and access segmentation. This episode examines how to configure wireless networks so they remain secure, stable, and compliant with both organizational policies and industry regulations. The SSID is the publicly visible name of a wireless network, broadcast by access points so nearby devices can identify it. While broadcasting the SSID simplifies connectivity for authorized users, it also exposes the network to anyone within range, including potential attackers. Disabling the broadcast can hide the network from casual scanning, although determined attackers with the right tools can still detect it. Renaming the default SSID is also important because default identifiers can reveal the device manufacturer and model, helping attackers identify exploitable vulnerabilities or use pre-computed attack dictionaries. Default administrator credentials on wireless routers and access points are a significant security risk because they are widely published and easy to guess. Many automated attacks start by probing networks for devices still using factory-set usernames and passwords. Changing these credentials during initial setup is a critical first step in securing a network. New credentials should be unique, complex, and stored securely, and administrative access should be restricted to trusted personnel only. Wireless Protected Access 2, or WPA2, and Wireless Protected Access 3, or WPA3, are the current industry standards for securing Wi-Fi communications. WPA3 introduces stronger encryption methods, resistance to offline password cracking, and forward secrecy, which ensures that even if a session key is compromised, past sessions remain secure. Older protocols like Wired Equivalent Privacy, or WEP, and the original WPA are insecure due to known weaknesses and should be disabled. Ensuring that all access points and client devices use at least WPA2 and preferably WPA3 is a baseline requirement for modern wireless security. A strong passphrase for wireless access is essential to prevent unauthorized use. Weak passphrases can be cracked in minutes using brute force or dictionary attacks. Security best practices recommend passphrases of at least 12 characters, incorporating a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Avoiding personal information or common words makes the passphrase harder to guess. Passphrases should be updated periodically, especially after staff turnover or suspected compromise, to maintain ongoing security. Wireless guest networks provide a way for visitors to access the Internet without exposing the organization's internal systems. A secure guest network should use a separate SSID, its own encryption and authentication settings, and firewall rules that prevent guest devices from reaching sensitive resources. Enforcing password protection on guest networks also prevents misuse and allows for monitoring of who has access. Proper segmentation ensures that if a guest device is infected with malware, it cannot spread to production systems. Restricting administrative access to wireless equipment from the external Internet greatly reduces the risk of unauthorized configuration changes. Management interfaces should only be accessible from the local network, preferably via a wired connection. If remote management is necessary, it should be protected by encryption, such as Secure Shell or Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, and require multi-factor authentication for access. Detailed logging of administrative logins and configuration changes provides valuable audit trails in case of a security incident. Controlling the physical range of a wireless signal can prevent attackers outside of a secured area from attempting to connect. Excessive signal range can extend Wi-Fi coverage into public spaces, parking lots, or neighboring buildings, increasing exposure to attacks. Adjusting router transmit power, repositioning antennas, or using directional antennas can help contain the wireless footprint to the intended coverage area. Limiting range is an often overlooked but effective physical layer security measure. Media Access Control, or MAC address filtering, allows administrators to specify which device hardware addresses are permitted to connect to the network. While MAC filtering can add another layer of defense, it should not be the sole access control method, as attackers can spoof authorized addresses. When combined with encryption, strong authentication, and network segmentation, MAC filtering can help limit access to known devices. Captive portals are web-based access control systems commonly used in public and semi-public Wi-Fi networks. They present users with a login screen, terms of service, or other requirements before granting network access. Captive portals can also be configured to provide time-limited or bandwidth-limited sessions, ensuring fair usage and reducing abuse. In business environments, they can be tied to guest registration systems to monitor and log usage. Segmenting wireless traffic using virtual LANs or VLANs is a best practice for isolating different classes of network devices and users. For example, employee devices, guest devices, and Internet of Things equipment can each operate on their own VLAN with customized firewall rules. This prevents compromise in one segment from spreading laterally to others, reducing the scope of potential breaches and simplifying network monitoring. Keeping wireless access point and router firmware up to date is essential for patching known vulnerabilities and maintaining compatibility with modern security protocols. Vendors regularly release updates to fix bugs, close security gaps, and improve performance. Outdated firmware can leave networks exposed to well-documented exploits. Establishing a regular update schedule and documenting firmware changes ensures the wireless infrastructure remains protected and operational. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Monitoring wireless network activity is essential for detecting suspicious connections, unauthorized devices, and unusual traffic patterns. Wireless Intrusion Detection Systems, or WIDS, can identify rogue access points, signal jamming, or attempts to bypass encryption. Wireless Intrusion Prevention Systems, or WIPS, can actively block these threats by disconnecting unauthorized devices or sending countermeasures. Regular log reviews and automated alerts allow security teams to respond quickly to emerging issues before they cause service disruption or data loss. Implementing authentication protocols like Extensible Authentication Protocol, or EAP, strengthens the process of verifying device and user identities before granting network access. EAP methods such as EAP Transport Layer Security, or EAP-TLS, use digital certificates to ensure only trusted devices connect. In enterprise environments, integrating wireless authentication with centralized directory services provides a consistent and auditable access control framework. Proper authentication prevents unauthorized users from bypassing security, even if they know the network's SSID and passphrase. Using Network Access Control, or NAC, solutions can enforce security policies for devices attempting to connect to the wireless network. NAC systems can check for up-to-date antivirus software, current operating system patches, and compliance with configuration standards before granting full access. Non-compliant devices can be placed in a restricted network segment until issues are resolved. This ensures that even authorized users must meet security requirements to protect the network from internal threats. Wireless network segmentation using multiple SSIDs and VLANs enables granular control over which devices and users can communicate with each other. For example, an organization might assign VoIP phones to one VLAN, point-of-sale devices to another, and administrative laptops to a third. Firewalls between these segments prevent lateral movement, so if one system is compromised, it cannot be used to launch attacks on others. This approach also simplifies compliance reporting by clearly defining network boundaries. Physical security of wireless infrastructure is often overlooked but remains critical. Access points should be mounted in secure locations where tampering is difficult. Network closets and distribution rooms should be locked, with entry restricted to authorized personnel. Visible tamper-proof labels can deter malicious activity by making it evident if a device has been opened or altered. Physical safeguards protect both the equipment and the integrity of the wireless network configuration. Disabling legacy protocols and unused features on access points helps minimize the attack surface. This includes turning off support for outdated encryption like WEP, disabling WPS push-button configuration, and removing unused administrative services. Many exploits target older or unnecessary features left enabled by default. A thorough review of available settings ensures that only secure and necessary functions remain active. Incident response planning for wireless networks should include specific steps for addressing breaches, unauthorized connections, and encryption failures. This may involve revoking compromised credentials, updating firmware, resetting passphrases, and isolating affected devices. Clear documentation of response procedures ensures that IT teams can act quickly and consistently when a wireless security event occurs. Regular practice drills help verify readiness and refine the plan over time. Compliance with regulatory requirements often extends to wireless network security. Industries handling sensitive data, such as healthcare and finance, may require encryption standards like WPA3 and the use of multi-factor authentication for administrative access. Documentation of wireless configurations, access logs, and security controls is vital for passing audits. Staying aligned with compliance frameworks not only avoids penalties, but also demonstrates a proactive security posture to stakeholders. Regular wireless security audits provide a structured way to evaluate the effectiveness of protection measures. These audits can include penetration testing to simulate attacker methods, verifying encryption settings, and assessing password strength. Reports from these audits guide remediation efforts and help track improvement over time. Including wireless in the broader organizational security audit ensures it receives equal attention alongside wired infrastructure. User education plays a significant role in wireless security. Employees and guests should be aware of safe Wi-Fi usage practices, including connecting only to approved SSIDs, avoiding unknown public hotspots, and reporting any connection issues or suspicious prompts. Training can also cover the importance of using virtual private networks when working remotely over untrusted networks. Well-informed users serve as an additional layer of defense against wireless threats. On the CompTIA Tech Plus exam, expect to identify secure wireless configuration practices, understand the differences between WPA2 and WPA3, and recognize the role of network segmentation and authentication in protecting Wi-Fi. Scenario-based questions may involve diagnosing weak security configurations or recommending changes to meet compliance requirements. Being able to connect configuration steps to security outcomes is essential for correct answers. Glossary terms to review for this topic include service set identifier, wireless protected access, media access control filtering, virtual LAN, wireless intrusion detection system, wireless intrusion prevention system, network access control, and captive portal. Grouping these terms by their role in authentication, encryption, or monitoring will help reinforce understanding. Reviewing them alongside configuration examples provides practical context for both the exam and workplace application. In real-world IT operations, wireless security is an ongoing process that requires proactive configuration, monitoring, and response. IT teams configure secure access points, enforce encryption policies, monitor for rogue activity, and educate users on safe practices. With the right combination of technical controls, physical safeguards, and user awareness, organizations can maintain wireless networks that support productivity without compromising security. In the next episode, we will begin exploring Domain 7, Troubleshooting and Support, starting with identifying and diagnosing common hardware and network issues. This will build on your understanding of security to ensure systems remain both safe and operational. Thanks for listening. Please visit baremetalcyber.com for more cybersecurity information and education, including a new children's series. For more information on books and more, follow us at cyberauthor.me.